you work in television, you do meet some interesting people. I mean, it is the bonus. And I've often said to a lot of people that what's wonderful about this job is you are literally living in a moment of history, because you're at the front seat of all these big royal events, or, you know, a premiere or something like that. You're so lucky to be invited right to the front and be able to, of course, have and see things that become part of history. Recently, of course, like the Trooping of the Colour, an amazing thing just to stand there and see it all unfold in front of your eyes. Literally, history in living colour. Interesting also, because I was talking to a colleague recently who has been very fortunate enough to operate the auto cue for the Princess of Wales, Catherine, on a number of occasions. And what I liked about this story was the fact that he said, look, you know, when he first worked with her, she's apparently quite nervous, so much so that, you know, she didn't want anybody else in the room but him, so that he could operate it and all that sort of stuff. And she felt very comfortable, because if you've never worked or read an auto cue, it's not as simple as you might think. Even though it's your own words, it's about pace, it's about getting the person to understand your breathing technique and all of that sort of stuff. He said, though, that Catherine very quickly picked it up and suddenly became something of an absolute professional, and they still work together from time to time. But the one thing that he said, which I thought was really nice, was the fact that he said, look, you know, she removed everybody out of the room, and, you know, normally the lady in waiting always stays regardless of what's going on. He said, but on this occasion she said, no, I would just feel better if it was just you and I. You see, that's the trust in people that she has. It's interesting to note, though, as well, that basically from another source who was literally working on that particular job, that recently, of course, it's come to light that the Prince and Princess of Wales have zero contact with this particular element of the royal family. Let me explain. Hi, nice to see you. We'll have a quick wave. How are you? You all right? Thank you as ever for your time today. The reason why I like to share these stories is because I'm lucky enough to have these wonderful contacts that I meet, work with myself on a daily basis. And of course, you get the stories directly from the people that are working with you and your own personal contacts. And what's interesting about this story is that a lot of people keep putting out there how there's a relationship between Catherine and, of course, the Duke and Duchess of Sussex's children, and, you know, Zoom chats and sending parcels over. Absolute 100% poppycock, nothing whatsoever. Sadly, according to that, you know, excellent source, let me tell you, there's simply no relationship at all. Now, you know, obviously, and I don't mean this in a patronizing way, women feel it more than men, you know. Catherine's a kind soul, loves children, we all know that. You know, Prince William basically said that she, you know, she had to be prized away from babies each time they went on a royal walkabout, you know what I mean? But what was interesting is that, you know, they've tried to get a relationship going with him, but apparently it's all been shut down, not happening, not allowed. So William's resigned himself to that and said, well, you know, that's their choice. We've done our best, we've tried. Catherine apparently is still quite upset by this and believes that, of course, it will affect the children later on in life. But for all of those people still going out there saying, no, there's a close relationship, they do share things, you know, I couldn't put this any clearer. This source is absolutely brilliant, and there is no relationship at all between the Sussex's children and the Princess and Prince of Wales. Now, it's sad, but apparently it's the way that one side wants it, and the other side's tried, but how many times do you need to go and keep trying before you get rejected? Always good to clear these things up, though, I'm sure you'll agree. Neil Sean in the very heart of London.